Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to a higher tier Japanese tank battle from the 13th of May. And I'm calling this one If the Battle of Berlin Lasted 30 Years, because it's the World War II Battle of Berlin with, 1970s and on era tanks. So, yeah. At any rate, I was working on grinding out some mods for my Type 74, and we get Berlin, so I'm going to go for C because that's the best, most defended approach, or I should say protected, from enemy fire from their spawn and from their campers over there just outside of their spawn. So that's the way I tend to go. As you can see, I'm the only Japanese. I'm apparently the Japanese ambassador and his staff who built themselves their own Japanese version of a Leopard tank in the late 70s to continue the battle for Berlin, because everybody else is German. Anyway, as we're making our way to the C point, take a hit almost immediately upon coming out into the open and lose 2 of my crew plus the breach. So right off the bat, before I've ever even fired a shot, I'm at a severe disadvantage in reload speed, but I probably can get a cap on the C point with a teammate and a Leopard 2K just inside and in front of me to help me while I repair for 50 seconds. Did manage to score the cap, so that's good. And here comes the guy that damaged me. He takes a pretty good hit. And there's multiple enemies now right next to us as I've got artillery falling and just enemies everywhere. The Chieftain Mark III takes out my friendly Leopard 2K that I was counting on to save me here. And I figure I'm toast because either the Striker is going to come around the corner and hit me or the Chieftain's going to get me, but gotta go for the Chieftain, it's more dangerous. And right as I get around on him, he gets knocked out, so that works just fine for me. Then the explosion of the Chieftain masks the Striker here, and I can't get a good shot at him. And my crew in a good full 100% health state is not fast on reloading, so 2 crew members down just brings my reload speed to an absolute crawl. But thankfully I had teammates there that did take him out. Now I can hear an enemy firing here at my friendly Leopard A1, backed up, and sure enough I can see him, put a shot into him, take out his crew before he can finish off my team, thankfully. Teammate, rather. Sat for a minute and reloaded a little bit of ammo. Not that it really mattered. I'm never going to fire 22 rounds off in this thing. Especially not down a couple crew members, but I sat for a second just to assess the situation and then move forward and position myself in a slightly forward defensive position beyond C and see what else the team needed. Which wasn't really too much, honestly. We're doing pretty well, although we're losing guys who pushed up too far. Thank goodness for stabilizers there, because that would have taken 2 years to get the gun to stop moving, if not to get that shot on the M42 there. So backed off to continue the reload. And we've got an enemy tank coming. I can just barely see him. Put a shot through his commander hatch. Got his commander, although I'm not sure that his commander was actually even still alive at that point. But maybe he was, and maybe I took him out. Lined up for another interminable reload. I think we hit each other there. I'm not entirely sure. He may not have hit me. My gun may have just been yellowed out on the barrel. Now, of course, this Object 906, I very nearly stayed out in front of him too long. Took a hit, then he comes back, hits me again, but I deflected it somehow, thankfully. I'm able to get a shot into him, take out his gunner, and his reload is about 1,000,000 times faster than mine right now. So while I'm waiting for my reload, and figuring either he's backed up, trying to come around to the left side, or he's just backed off, replacing his loader, or his gunner, rather. Push forward, and naturally, where does he come from? From the left side, right as I can't quite turn my turret fast enough on him. And he immediately just one-shots me from coming around the corner. And I'm trying to get my teammates to move up because my guys were moved up too far and got taken out in the forward, but now we've got the rest of our team is too far back and hasn't moved up behind our guys who moved up too far. So back over to C I'm going to go. Attempting to find both the Chieftain and the Object 906 that I've already been in contact with. I've got a teammate in a Kugelblitz moving up with me, so that's good. A little bit of rapid-fire 30mm HVAPs are never something to be too angry about. Assuming that they're on your team. So we're pushing up to the C point, myself and my forward rapid-fire 30mm scout, along with a Leopard A1A1 off to the left, who takes out a heretofore, unbeknownst to us, M551. And then, unfortunately, he gets knocked out by the Object 906, so now I'm trying to figure out where the Object 906 is. There he is. My gun swings just a little bit too fast, although I did immobilize him and allow the Kugelblitz to finish him off quickly, and then the Kugelblitz was left alone and able to capture, so it worked out. Unfortunately, the trade-off was I had to get knocked out by the same Object 906 again, but ultimately the team is capturing the C point, and that was the goal, so now we're losing B to something that we don't know what it is yet, and I'm pushing up in my pretty high profile, easy to spot, especially with the big old ship radar on it, SPAA, but at least I've got pretty good 35mm cannons on there, so assuming I can catch something by the sides or from the back, I've got a pretty good chance of destroying it, even with the default rounds. Head-on is a little tricky. But I'm moving up to back up my friend, the Kugelblitz, because he's the only one forward trying to cap anything right now, and I don't want to leave him totally alone. We're doing pretty good on the ticket front, so So I see our Kugelblitz moving forward to the right up there, up the road a little bit. I sweep for air, and I'm going to head in for the B point, see if I can decap it and hopefully destroy whatever SPAA it was that was there. It's been knocked out, but during the battle I missed that, so I was moving up looking for whatever SPAA was going to be up here. Spot this guy, light him up as immediately he gets hit and destroyed by the mouse. Which was weird, because for half a second I thought I had killed him. And I made it into B just in time for them to start decapping A, so that was good timing, because I stopped them from getting any ticket bleed swung over onto us. As they are capturing the C point and decapping the A point, I'm decapping and capturing the B point and swinging things back around for us, and we really need more of our team to push up and help at the caps here. We're right down to the nitty-gritty, and we need everybody up forward.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
So I can see this guy right back here, just up at the corner of their spawn exit.
The enemy has most of the
And I'm waiting to finish the cap before I risk moving forward, just to make sure he doesn't beat me and shoot me, and then I get some really good shots into him, and somehow RNGesus smiled down upon me and I detonated his ammo in a Challenger, which, okay, if you say so, game. And I'm moving up to spot whatever was taking A. It looks like our Leopard A1 has dealt with that and is retaking the A point, so good. And I'm going to push forward looking for anything else that might be over here. Trying to move in time to cap the A point. I'm not going to make it there, so spot an enemy airplane coming in and line up on him. Call it out for the team. I shouldn't have sat as still as I was right here. I should have backed up behind that concrete cover. But the enemy airplane was just a little bit too tempting and started lighting him up. Got some decent hits into him, set his wing on fire, continued firing because you just never know with wing fires if they're going to continue or go out. And I ended up overheating my guns because they're completely stock. And then turned around to move it back on into cover and ended up getting the kill on the B-57, so the wing fire didn't go out. Just barely missed getting hit right there by what looked like another chieftain rather, and made sure I'm going to push up and just hang out behind this giant concrete blockhouse here and stay protected from the guy who had just barely missed me there. I'm also in a pretty good spot to watch across the roads there, across the river and lake, and detect that guy right there moving and shoot at him and just hope that I could hit him through the buildings. Looked like an M19, probably. Tried lighting up and getting some hits on him as he crossed by there, but I couldn't actually hit him. Probably another Object 906 respawn for the same guy, the 906 from before. But, anyway, tickets are looking pretty good. The team did finally, some of the team at least, push up. And we've pretty much got, essentially, one person per cap up here defending. And there's the Object 906. Good work, Gameljifro. I don't know how to pronounce your name. He's one of my YouTube subscribers, so it was neat to see him in the battle, but I don't really know how to pronounce his name unless it's MLGFro. I don't know. But anyway, we did end up winning, and I just stayed behind cover long enough to not get destroyed by the enemy chieftain there. Ended up being an alright battle. I took first place, got almost 5,500 points of research and almost 55,000 silver lions, so not too terrible. Finished up the tracks for my STA2, just had a 10% line or research booster on, so nothing really big. Ended up with a decent little score line. Nothing spectacular, but good enough to win. Just a few awards, and that did it. It's always nice to pull off a victory, especially in a high-tier Japanese tank and a high-tier battle. But that'll do for today. Let me know what you guys thought. We'll see you next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and as usual, have a great day, everyone. Take care.